The natal chart is a snapshot of our solar system at the time and place of our birth. We are the embodiment of that moment and bring it forward into the present and future throughout our lives. Hi, I'm Panda Hershey, founder of Your Full Expression. Welcome to one video in a series on Mitch McConnell. In this video, we will look at the effect of birth time on Mitch's natal chart. In effect, we are seeing all of the Mitch McConnells that could have been. The time of birth is crucial for getting the most useful information from a natal chart. This determines the orientation of the astrological signs and placement of the planets in the natal chart. The rotation of the Earth on its axis creates a day, and we see the sun move across the sky from east to west. But in reality, the sun is not moving. During that one complete rotation, any place on Earth will turn and face all of the constellations beyond our solar system. Here is a schematic diagram of the solar system as though we were looking down on it. While it is not to scale, it is instructive visually. We see the constellations around the edge. We see the sun at the center in yellow, the Earth close by in red, and the remaining planets along their orbits. You can see that the Earth is very close to the center of the solar system. The Earth rotates in a way such that from any place on Earth, the sun would seem to move from east to west. The rotation creates not only day and night, but also the natal chart possibilities for any given day and place. So now, let's look at the impact of that rotation on a natal chart on February 20th, 1942 in Sheffield, Alabama. To get oriented, it's easiest to watch the movement of the sun at 1 degree Pisces throughout the day. At midnight, the sun is at the very bottom of the chart. It is behind or below the Earth from the perspective of someone in Sheffield. And of course, on the other side of the world, it is high in the sky. Let's start turning the dial. We see the sun and the entire astrological dial move clockwise around the natal chart. Notice that the planets all basically move in a group together, maintaining their positions relative to each other, except for the moon, which started the day at 28 degrees Aries. By 7 o'clock, we are approaching dawn with the sun just below the eastern horizon, and Mercury and Venus above the horizon like morning stars. At 8 a.m., the sun is now above the horizon. And at 10 a.m., we see the moon is at 3.5 degrees Taurus. So it is getting closer to Mars. At 1 in the afternoon, the sun is at the highest point in the southern sky for this location. At 4 p.m., all of the personal planets are above the horizon, so any person born now would be fairly extroverted. And we are approaching sunset. The moon is now at 9 degrees Taurus. And at the end of the day, we have a chart that looks quite similar to the one we had when we started. But the sun has moved forward 1 degree to 2 degrees Pisces. Mars has moved by 0.5 degree, and the moon is now at nearly 11 degrees Taurus. Mercury and Venus actually moved backward slightly because they are in retrograde. But the movement of the other planets is really imperceptible. And so we have seen just 25 of the hundreds of Mitch McConnells that could have been. And here is Mitch's rectified chart at 6:40 a.m. in Sheffield, Alabama. My work is based on his biographies, numerous articles and interviews, as well as comparing his chart to those of people whose natal charts are publicly available. I hope this was instructive. Thank you for watching, and if you're interested in seeing more videos like this, please click on the subscribe button below or visit my website at yourfullexpression.com.